I am back at the Value Village at the corner of Lawrenceville Highway and Brockett Road in Tucker, Georgia. I really like this Value Village. I just went to the Goodwill on La Vista Road in Tucker and I didn't find anything. So hopefully they'll have something that I can get at Value Village and resell for a profit. Okay, so do you ever like go home after thrifting and then you wish that you had bought something that you didn't buy? This happens to me all the time, and I'm sure you can relate if you're a vintage reseller or if you're just a thrifter. Today I'm out and about thrifting again, and I'm gonna go back to Value Village where I was previously at, because I keep thinking about two things that I didn't buy. One was a wrought iron outdoor chair, and there was only one of them, but I already know where I want to put it, and I don't want to ever buy one of those plastic Adirondack chairs like from Walmart ever again, because if they break, they're basically going to end up in a landfill, and it's just a huge piece of plastic. So I'm going to see if this wrought iron chair is still at Value Village. It was $25, but I really think it's worth it. It will last forever. And then there was this little pug figurine, so I'm gonna see if he's still there, since I don't have any dog figurines. I usually sell cat figurines really well, but I realized I was being a little biased towards the cats and a little prejudiced towards dogs, and I have no idea why, because I love dogs. So I'm gonna try to look for some more dog figurines to put in my booth as well, because dogs and cats just sell well. Okay, the pug was gone and the wrought iron chair was gone, but I'm so glad I went in, because what I found were two dog figurines that are so much better than the pug figurine could even dream of being. So make sure you stay until the end. I'm gonna save them until the end. They're absolutely beautiful. But just a sneak peek of what I did find in Value Village in my effort to really brighten up my booth. I love primary colors and I love pastels, so I grabbed a set of books and a Fisher-Price cash register in the primary colors. So when I get home, I'll get all of this out to show you. Well, I've finally gotten home. I've unpacked everything. I thrifted for 2 straight days, and I went to 3 Goodwills, and I went to the Value Village twice. And what I decided to do was to split up the Value Village haul into one video, and then I'll save my Goodwill haul for a second video. Otherwise, I got so much stuff that I just think that the videos would be too long. So here is the Value Village haul. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was the soaring prices at the Value Village. I've noticed a huge increase in the pricing at the Value Village where I shop. And one of the things that recently changed is that they remodeled the whole store. So it's just a lot nicer of a shopping experience. I don't know if that has anything to do with the prices or not, but I definitely made some mistakes, not huge mistakes, in terms of paying too much. So I'll get into that at the end, and then I'll save my 2 really nice dog figurines that I did find there, which I got a great deal on. I'm going to save the best for last. So make sure you stay until the end to see the dog figurines that I found. If you've been watching my channel recently, you will know that I have this vision for my booth, and it is that everything in it, at least almost everything in it, will be bright colors, pastels, or primary colors. And I think I can honestly say that everything in this haul that I'm about to show you is either pastels or primary colors. So I'm really trying to brighten up my booth and just get some of the darker things out of there, at least for now, for spring and summer. I might have to take my amber glass out and then reintroduce it into the booth in the fall when colors like golds and browns and beiges are more popular. So the very first thing I wanted to show you is pastels. This is the first thing I found, and it is an entire set of Anne of Green Gables books. This set is available on Amazon. I saw one that was $30, used, good condition. I think mine is excellent condition. At least it is based on the looks of the box. I haven't cut this tape open yet to look at the inside of the books, but I feel fairly confident that this set is in excellent condition, and I'm going to price it at $30. I paid $6.99 for this really nice set. I love the colors, all the pastels, and I learned that the author originally published her very first book in this series in the year 1908. So these are classics, and I would say the condition is used, hopefully excellent, maybe very good. I'll know for sure when I cut this tape off and look at the inside of the books, but honestly, from just the outside, it looks like this may have never been read. So I just love these and love the colors on these books. All right, the next item I have to show you is something that I have sold several times. I love Fisher-Price toys. This one is, I think, newer. It has 2 coins, and it was supposed to have 4, but I recently sold one that didn't have any of its coins, and I think it sold for 16. On the bottom is the only place where there's really a lot of wear. It's all scratched up on the bottom. So I even tried to, I did like a pencil rubbing or whatever you call this to see if I could figure out what year this is from, and I think it's from 2015, so it's not old. But the ones that date back to the 70s are pretty valuable. I still really love these. I love Fisher-Price toys. I love toys that don't require batteries, and I love toys in primary colors because they just really draw the eye, kids' eyes and adults' eyes to them. So this was $3.83 at Value Village, and I will try $18 on this. It does have the 2 coins, and it's still fun to put them in, push the buttons, and then if you push over here, they come out right here. But if you turn the crank, the drawer opens. So everything works properly in this one, and I just think it's really cute. Okay, I think this is pretty unique item because I could only find one instance of this online, and it was on Etsy, but the item was no longer available. So I couldn't even look to see how much it had sold for on Etsy. It just said, sorry, this item is sold out. So the only thing that I could determine was that the maker of this is Sadek. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right or not. Sadek. The pattern is called Parsley and has this mark on the bottom, oven to table cookware. So this is parsley. Wouldn't this have looked beautiful for St. Patrick's Day, even though it's parsley and it's not clover? It could be used for pies, quiche, tarts. Just so fun and so pretty. It was on the high side, priced at $6. And I'm going to put $26 on it and see how it goes. Again, this pattern is not super common considering I could only find one instance of it online. So I'm excited about this, and I think it is really pretty, even though some of these prices at Value Village are a little bit shocking lately. I don't really have a choice. I have to go to thrift stores because when I go to estate sales, I'm really shocked by the prices. So thrift stores are just the way to go for me when it comes to being able to make a profit on my vintage resale items. Here's another instance of something that at Goodwill probably would have been 89 cents. And at the old Value Village prices before they remodeled the entire store, this probably would have been like 40 cents for a single coffee cup. But it is the Corelle snowflake garland pattern. I love this pattern because it was made to complement perfectly the Pyrex pattern snowflake garland. So this coffee cup, if you had the snowflake garland casserole dishes and or mixing bowls, and this would match your pattern. It was $1.99 for one coffee cup, and I will put $7 on it. So there's not a big profit margin here involved, but I do have a collection of this kitchenware in my booth, and this will just add to what I have. Now I realize that this is a wintry pattern, but I'm just one of those weird people who loves this pattern all year round. How about you? What do you think? I just love images of winter all year round with snowflakes. I just think it's adorable. These were a good deal. I sell a lot of Beanie Babies in my booth, and I got some really nice ones at Value Village. For one thing, I had sold out of Beanie Babies and they really needed some. If you saw my recent video where I went briefly to an estate sale, it was the estate sale where the police officer was there because of estate sale drama. They had Beanie Babies for sale for $5 a piece. For me, they generally only sell for $10 a piece, so I didn't buy any Beanie Babies at the estate sale that day. In fact, I didn't buy anything. But these Beanie Babies, I got 4 of them at $1.01 each, and 4 of them at $1.52 each. And since they will sell for $10 easily, I think that was a great deal. They're in excellent condition, and they're all so cute. There's 2, these pretty pastel rainbow colors. All of the tags as well are in excellent condition. So there's these 2 guys, pretty black bear, this cute teddy bear guy. This one is called Peace. There's a peace sign on his chest. And I got a lion. They all have names. This one is, what's your name? Fetch. Okay, this is a puppy. Oh, look at this guy. And this is a dinosaur. Anyway, I just love them. Kids love them. Adults love them. Really happy about this. So even though you'll see that I've made some mistakes in terms of paying too much at Value Village, the Beanie Babies definitely make up for it, and so does the next thing that I'm about to show you. Look at these beautiful, there's 4 of them, light blue, vintage Fostoria. Virginia is the pattern, and the maker is Fostoria. Now these were a good deal at $1.99 a piece. I have to look at my notes on these. So if you look at replacements.com, you'll see them selling one of these for $20. That is not really realistic for me to be able to price one small goblet at $20, but I do think that these should sell really well for $12 a piece. I'm not going to try to sell them as a set of 4 or anything like that, but I'm going to price them individually at $12, and I think that they will be beautiful. I just love the color. People love blue glass, turquoise glass, dark cobalt blue glass, and all of the shades of blue. So I thought those are an excellent bargain at $1.99 each. Okay, now let me tell you where I made the mistake. And it's because I didn't look them up in the store. However, I was willing to take the risk on these because I liked them so much that they are worth it for me to keep them. So I didn't look them up because I knew that if they weren't worth what I thought they might be, that they were worth it to me to keep. These are Pier One mouth blown glass goblets. They're cobalt. They're made in Mexico. Actually, they're cobalt with a green stem. They're heavy. I absolutely love these. I think these would be amazing at a summertime party. These also are the same Pier One mouth blown glass with all this pretty detail in the green glass. I just think these would be perfect for a summer margarita or lemonade. They're just so heavy and sturdy that I thought they would be worth it even if I was paying too much. All of these, the blue and the green, were $6.06 a piece. And then they had covered up the Pier One sticker on it. Originally, these were only $12 a piece. And they're not going for very high prices online. So I made a mistake on this, but honestly, I can justify it because, as I was saying, they're just really nice, sturdy, heavy, hand blown. I'm sorry, mouth blown. I'm not really that well versed on glass making procedures. I'm pretty sure I've seen what mouth blowing entails. I've seen artisan doing it. Even if I were only able to sell these for gosh, when you really consider, look at this compared to this is easily worth $12, maybe 14, maybe more in certain areas of the country. If I were selling these online, they probably sell for $18 a piece. And these just are not valuable at all, even though this to me is just, wow, a much more stunning piece than this. But it is what it is. The prices at the Value Village are a little bit wild, but I still think they had some really nice stuff. And I did okay when I consider what I did get in this haul. And I'm not super upset about the fact that I made a mistake on the big, heavy, mouth blown goblets. These are similar, honestly. And it makes me wonder if all of these came out of the same person's home, because these just remind me of the style of the Pier One glasses. These are not Pier One. These are made in Mexico confetti art glass tumblers. The company is called Mex Handcraft. So these are made in Mexico. They're very pretty. They're handmade. They're all a little bit different. You can tell, like when you sit back and look at them, that one of them is a little bit lopsided. So that's just part of the beauty of a handmade item, in my opinion. Now, these were a really good price. They were $1.99 each, and I'm going to put $14 a piece on these. Again, wouldn't these be so perfect at a summer party, especially if you could find one of the pictures that matches with the confetti? I just love them. Perfect for spring and summer. Okay, and here are my two prized dog figurines that I found on my second trip to Value Village. When I went back in just looking for that little pug figurine, because I felt like I had so many cat figurines in my booth that I should put some dog figurines in my booth too. So I went back for that little pug figurine and it was gone. But look what was there instead. Look at these beautiful mid-century, so 1950s or 1960s spaghetti pink poodles. Mine say made in Japan on the bottom. I don't know if these two girls are missing their puppies or not, but some of these have a chain that goes through the collar, and then they'll have two little puppies on either end of the chain. And these girls do have an opening in their collar that a chain could fit through. So I really don't know. It's hard for me to even know how to price these. If you have any idea what I should price these at in my antique booth, please let me know in the comments. I just think they're stunning. And I really wish that I had a glass case to put these in, because they're like mint condition. Seriously, I just love these too. They were only $1.99 a piece. And I know I did great on that price. I'm just not sure how much to price them at. Should I price them around between $28 and $32 a piece? That's just my gut, because I'm having a hard time researching how I should price these two online. Some of the listings say that they're Lefton Company. My sticker is very worn and very hard to read on both of them, but I can make out that it says made in Japan. So please let me know what you would price these at if you are a vintage reseller. I just think they're fabulous. So wasn't too upset that the pug was no longer there when I saw those two beauties sitting on the shelf. I was like, whoa, oh my gosh, okay. All right, so that's all that I have for my 2 days of shopping at Value Village. Please subscribe to my channel if you find this content valuable, whether you're an online seller or you have an antique booth, or if you're just a thrifter or someone who just loves to collect vintage items. I hope that you found this video valuable and worth your time. My next video will be this massive Goodwill haul that I got recently. I went to 3 Goodwills Wait, yes. I went to 4 Goodwill. I went to 4 Goodwills in 2 days, and there was only one Goodwill where I didn't get anything. That will be my next video, so please keep an eye out for that. I've got a bunch of good stuff in that haul as well. So if you are interested in seeing this footage that I'm about to show you, it is from Gibbs Gardens in North Georgia. And my husband and I visited there for the first time recently. So this is just some video footage to show you the beautiful gardens that we got to see when we went there. So definitely something to check it out if you're ever in our neck of the woods. And also, if you're ever in our neck of the woods, please come visit us at Mainstreet Antiques in Ellijay, Georgia, which is where my antique booth is. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.